What's your best story of accidental heroism? I was the biggest screw-up in my unit. 3 Article 15s, constantly in trouble, 1 step away from getting kicked out. My sergeant called me a walking disaster waiting to happen. We were on patrol in Helmand Province when I made my biggest mistake yet, tripped over my own feet chasing a goat that had wandered into our convoy route. My rifle went flying, I face-planted in the dirt, and everyone started laughing. That's when the sniper's bullet whizzed past exactly where my head had been 2 seconds earlier. The shot came from a compound 400 meters out. If I hadn't tripped like an idiot, that round would have taken my skull clean off. Instead, it hit the dirt where I'd been standing. My squad dove for cover behind the vehicles. Radio chatter erupted. Sniper contact! Sniper contact! Everyone scanning the rooftops, trying to locate the shooter. I was still face down in the dirt, eating sand, when I spotted muzzle flash from a second-story window. Pure luck. The angle was perfect from where I'd fallen. Called out the position. Our designated marksman put 3 rounds through that window. Sniper neutralized. But here's where it gets crazy. When we cleared the compound, we found a whole terrorist cell. Maps of our patrol routes, timing schedules, photos of our vehicles. They'd been planning a massive ambush for weeks. The sniper was supposed to be the triggerman. Kill the lead vehicle's gunner, then detonate IEDs positioned along our route. Estimated casualties, 12 KIA, 20 wounded. My spectacular faceplant had blown their entire operation. We found 7 IEDs buried in the road ahead. Remote detonators, enough explosives to vaporize our convoy. If that sniper had taken his shot and stayed hidden, we'd have driven straight into a death trap. Intelligence recovered from the compound led to 17 more arrests, weapons cache discoveries, prevented at least 3 more attacks on coalition forces. The goat that caused my tumble belonged to a local farmer who'd noticed suspicious activity around his property. He'd deliberately herded it into our path, hoping we'd investigate the area. That farmer had been trying to warn us for weeks, but language barriers prevented communication. So he used his goat as a messenger. Smartest tactical decision anyone made that day. My commanding officer put me in for a Bronze Star, for alertness under fire and identification of enemy positions leading to successful neutralization of hostile forces. I tried explaining it was pure accident. Sir, I literally tripped over a goat. Doesn't matter how it happened, soldier. Results speak for themselves. The medal ceremony was awkward. General praising my quick thinking and battlefield awareness while I stood there knowing the truth. My reflexes hadn't saved anyone. Gravity and clumsiness had. Local villagers heard about the goat incident, started calling me the goat soldier. Kids would run up during patrols, bleeding and laughing. Even other units heard the story. But something changed after that day. My confidence improved. Maybe luck, maybe coincidence, but I stopped making stupid mistakes. Started paying attention to details I'd missed before. 6 months later, I spotted an IED that could have killed 4 Marines. Noticed tire tracks that led to a weapons cache. Identified an insurgent trying to photograph our base. None of it was accidental anymore. The goat incident taught me that survival often depends on noticing the little things, the details everyone else overlooks. I re-enlisted for 4 more years. Made sergeant, trained junior Marines on battlefield awareness and threat identification. Never mentioned that my expertise started with falling on my face. The farmer who owned that goat became one of our most reliable informants. Provided intelligence that saved dozens of lives over the next 2 years. We set up a trust fund for his family's education. Still have that Bronze Star. Reminds me that heroism isn't always intentional.